come here, come here.
Hey
come
man,
here, come here.
hey man, wait up! Is that a Geo?
Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here.
Well, hello everybody, this is GeoStalker with another video. Today's topic is a continuation of what I did in my last video, replacing seat covers for blue 1991 Geo Metro. Today we're going to remove seat covers from the back seats, both the backrest and also the seat cushions. And also I'm going to remove the seat covers from a passenger seat just so I can wash them in the washing machine and then reinstall them. So I want to take some time today just to show everybody what it takes to remove the covers off of the back seats, get them washed, get them clean, get them back put together and installed in the car. I don't have the car yet, so I'm just kind of prepping for when I get the car back from the shop. So more on that in a moment. In my last video, I was able to take seats from another car that had more of a cloth interior such as this. So I removed the cloth interior, and my buddy Steven sent me some blue cloth covers that match the 91 that I'm working on right now. So I was able to get those washed and installed on that. However, and that's the driver's seat, obviously. That's the one that always tears apart when you got a driver's seat. This is the passenger seat. So the passenger seat's pretty dirty, and yeah, I could take it to the car wash and power wash it, but it takes a long time for that moisture and the foam to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the cushions off, or the seat covers off of these cushions, take off the rails off the bottom, do everything that I did in my last video and do that. So I'm not going to spend so much time on that one as I'm going to on these two. So this is the back rest, and I'm going to show how to take that cloth off, that material off. I'm going to wash it in the washing machine. I got some RTV or something here that I got to try to get out without tearing up the cloth on there. And then also to remove the, let me get around this way, to remove the cloth material from this cushion, get it in the washing machine, wash it, and then reattach everything. This one will be easy. It uses clips, the metal clips that I showed you in the previous video. That one will be a little bit more interesting because it uses a combination of like triangular shaped metal clasp type things that grabs the cloth on the inside and holds it in place. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use it the same way that it was intended, so we're going to come up with some alternative ways here. But anyway, so remove, wash, that's the subject for today. First things first, I'm going to get a Phillips screwdriver and remove the 3 screws, that for the little seat recliner handle and that to cover, or to remove this cover here. That's pretty simple. I'll get that removed here in a second. And of course, the next thing I'll want to do is remove the rails. That just requires, on this side at least, the right-hand side of the seat, just 2 12 millimeters to be removed, and this will pop off this side, flip it over. There's 3 bolts on the other side, and that's pretty simple to do. I'll be right back. And of course, the seatbelt side will have the screw here that has to be taken out. That's for the pivot. That can sometimes stick a little bit. There is a little, when you do remove this, you will find, I have a spare one. There's a little piece inside here. It looks like that. Definitely don't want to lose that. Sometimes you take these screws off and you can lose that piece, so be careful of that. And then there's a bolt there, 12 millimeter again. There's another one under the front here. You got to slide the rail back to get to that one. So pretty simple. I'll be right back. Once you get the rails detached, you'll notice that the seat belt connector, okay, kind of has a little pin in there. You just kind of want to pop that out. Just get, you know, something like this, pop it out. And also there's a metal clip right here. Might as well cut that because you can just use a zip tie to put it back when it's all said and done. Okay, just like I did with the other seat that I worked on over there, I'm going to go ahead and take all the clips out of here. There's 2 there. There's clips all the way around. Just cut them off. I'm going to be replacing everything with zip ties. But I am going to be painting this pan. I'm going to sand it down, get all the grime out of it, get all the rust kind of knocked down the surface, and I'm going to Rust-Oleum paint it black, just like I did the other one, just so it matches. I'll clean up the rails before I put them back on as well. But more on that here in a second. Okay, I got all the pins out. I mean, it literally took me like 3 minutes to get all the pins out. And then the cover will easily come off. Just kind of look at all that crap underneath. I said in my last video that, well, I forgot something here. So remember that line that's in the seat is actually because of some sewn in, I guess you can call it a tension seam or something like that, so that the seat cover won't be floppy on the seat, so you have to have something that kind of holds it down in the middle. There's just 3 clips down there. All I gotta do is cut those 2. Pretty simple to get them out. 1, 2, 3. It'll pop right out. All right, pretty simple. Got the pan. Pan's not in bad shape. I'm gonna paint it black anyway because I did it with that one, so I just want to be consistent. I mean, you always got to wear gloves because, man, you don't know what soaked through those seats over the years. Anything from Pepsi, Mountain Dew to bodily fluids. One can only guess. So wear gloves, But okay, so I'm going to take the pan, set it to the side, kind of rough it up, paint it black. That is ready to be washed. But now I got to take this off of the back, and that's pretty simple to take off too, but take me a little bit longer than it did that, but back in a minute. Okay, while that first coat, at least I got the top inside of it painted while that's drying, and before I flip it over, I'll come over here and I'll start to remove the cover from the back of this. Remember, this is to only wash it, dry it, not in a dryer, but air dry it, and then reinstall it. That's my sole purpose for this today, because I believe the washing machine can get it cleaner without all of the water from a power wash or the car wash soaking into the foam. More in a minute. Okay, so when you pull the cover up, you just got to kind of keep pulling it up to where it'll come off inside out. But there's a clip in there, in the middle, and at the end. Just got to pop those 3 clips, and I'll be ready to do the top one. This represented by this line here. More in a second. Seat cover off, lickety split. Just took a few minutes. Interesting that the foam at the top of a blue 1991 Metro is this color, not this color. But when I took those covers off of a 92 seat, they were consistently this color. So it's just kind of interesting. No change in density to it. I mean, foam is foam, but just kind of neat how they had that. Okay, so now that I've got that removed, I can set this all aside. And I am going to now turn my attention to removing, actually no, that's going to be last. That's going to be harder. Let me grab this. The seat cushion for the back seat. This is going to be straightforward because it's just got like, there's a ton of clips all the way around. I think I counted 46 of them if you count the 4 that's, the ones that hold down the center where the seat belts go through. So let's start breaking these clips, take this cover off, and move on to something else. Back in a minute. Okay, it has taken me about 20 minutes to get all the clips from around. Now I just got to get the clips where the seat belts go, and this will go, the seat belts go through, I should say, from the top, just to give you perspective right there. And this should pull right off. More in a second. Okay, I got all the clips off, and this should peel right off. Let's see what oh no, wait a minute. Forgot. Because there's this long line here, there is a really long sewn into the fabric, just like I had with everything else. So I'm gonna have to go through there, pop all those clips. Shouldn't be an issue. My phone's running out of battery. I got to charge it anyway, so I will be back in a bit once I have this done. Trying to do all this with one hand. I really need to invest in a tripod. Yeah, so I'll just go down in there, clip, clip, clip. You can kind of see how it's clipped in there. See? Yep. Charge my phone. Be right back. Okay, I see that there are 6 clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's holding this taut. This line that's right here Obviously, you have to, it's one thing to have seat covers, it's another thing to have them fit taut. Taut's a word that not, I guess, too many people use anymore. T-A-U-T, it means rigid, firm, stretch, tight. All right. Let me get that removed. Should just be 6 little pops of the clips, and this will be off and ready to be washed. Well, I always say that I include my mistakes when I do these projects so you guys don't repeat it. So when I was pulling up on this to get that clip down in there, which I successfully did, I accidentally separated this from the cover, the retaining portion from the cover. So I am going to have to, because that will, so you can already see the threads are sort of missing right there, and I don't want that. So I'm going to have to go in my wife's sewing kit area, and I'm going to have to hand sew this. I got about, I don't know, 5 inches of area that I have to sew. It's just, you know, a project I didn't think I was going to have to do, but I want to do this before I wash it, because if I wash it, it might agitate it and the whole thing will pull off. So anyway, that's on to the next thing. And the next thing is to remove the cover off of the backrest. It's all there. There's no rips or tears. Threading looks good. There is some, I don't know if that's RTV. It looks like RTV that kind of got smudged on it, some kind of chemical. I'm hoping that'll come out in the wash. But on the back of this, it's different than the front, or the seat cushions. So you see these little, well, here, let me go up on the side here. Okay, so you see these like little spikes, okay? So the spikes are what grab, and then you fold. There's also a wire. There's also a that thin wire, that tape wire, or tape line, for those who know drywalling, that runs all the way down the length of this. And also, there's not one over there. This is the only side where there's the wire. So basically, you have to take a screwdriver, flathead. You got to pop all these up straight, like there and like there. And then when you're ready to put it back on, you just kind of fold it over it and kind of bang that thing down. Now, if this doesn't work properly, then I will use very short self-tapping screws to hold this down, because it will all be hidden anyway by, you see these broken tabs here, and that hole right there where another tab goes. It's going to be hidden by some thin carpet that I have to put on the back of this, because the backing's missing, fell apart over the years. So anyway, let me get this off, see what it looks like, and I'll probably end up roughing this up and painting this too. So more in a minute. Okay, so the way that I am getting these removed is I just take a flathead screwdriver and I just kind of start to pry it up like that, straighten it up like that, and then it pops right off. So then leave it straight up like that, like the others. Got to kind of watch it when you're shifting it around. If it catches your pants or your skin, it will cut you. So I just continue to go around like that. Pop it up like so. That's straight up there now. And do that all the way around. So when I'm done with all this, I'll come back. Okay, I got them all bent up. You can kind of see all the way down there how you got to bend them all up. And it's kind of like a slip cover over at the top. This is all sewn on both ends. So you pull it up from the opposite end. Careful not to catch it on any of those, or catch your hand on it. I've punctured my hands a few times on this. And you see all the way down there, just kind of fold it over, and I need 2 hands for this now. And again, this also has on the back side of the foam that long thing, whatever. So you got to take the foam off, and you can kind of see, and well, you might not be able to see, but there's that line in there where this goes. Got to cut that out too. So more on this in a second. To take the remainder part off, that is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 clips. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I'll do that, have this off in a second. Okay, I now have the back off. Foam and the framing of it is over there. Let me shrink this down a little bit here. I have the seat cushion off. Unfortunately, I have to take a little bit extra time to sew this part here by hand, but it'll be worth the effort on that because it's already missing some threading there, and it'll start bubbling up, and you want to take care of that now. And then this is the back. This is the back of the backrest cover, seat cover for the back. I'll turn that back right side out. And this is the seat cushion cover. So, got to fix one of them before I throw it in the wash. I may just go ahead and paint that black too. Why not? You know, any metal part I want to just maybe treat with a rust inhibitor. Yeah, maybe not, but we'll see. More in a bit. Yeah, after looking at the back of the frame portion of the back seat, the backrest, yeah, I'm going to paint that as well, both sides. Why not? Let's make it consistent, get it clean. So I have already sort of lightly sanded it down and wiped it down. So just go ahead and paint this. Should look pretty good. More in a bit. Yeah, that's already starting to look better. All right. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this. Why not? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. All right, so I'll let that dry, flip it over, get the inside. This is the back side that faces the hatch area. It's the opposite side that the foam will attach back into. Remember, this is the side with all the spikes, right? So all the spikes are turned up, and we'll see if I have any success putting that back on. Okay, so next thing I want to do is take that one piece I told you I had to sew. I'll do that right now. Let's see if my wife has some thread that matches. Okay, let's see what she's got going on in here. I need something that's gray. That's a little too dark. Since the seats are blue, I can probably go with a light blue. It's close enough. I need a needle and thread here. See what we got here. Thought I'd have a sewing needle in there, and we'll keep looking. Okay, I have successfully threaded the needle after only about 15 minutes worth of trying. And let's see if I remember anything from my 7th grade home economics class that we were all, boys and girls, required to take. So I won't show you all the details here because obviously I need 2 hands to do it, so more in a bit. The stitching's not perfect, but but it'll hold on there. And from a distance, who's going to tell? Unless you got eyes on your butt. The only thing that matters is this is firmly attached on the back side. All right, into the washing machine, everything will go. Okay, I just got everything out of the washing machine. And get my shadow out of the way here, but things are looking pretty clean. Pretty clean. Especially the back seat cushion. Yeah. All right, so let those sun dry here for a few hours and get everything back together and see what happens. Okay, so I think I'm going to put the backing to the seat back on first. So the first thing you want to do is you want to slip it over the top. And then put the stoppers, the poles, the releases back on. But then you got to kind of flip it back. And remember, we have these 2 metal leads in the cloth there. And you got to tuck those down in there. and connect them to those lines right there. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so I've got 3 on this side. I'm just going to start to cinch them up and pull it down into there, and once I get done with that, I'll cut off the excess and I'll be ready to start folding this over. So I'm going to start cinching this off, get it nice and tight all the way down, and move on to throwing this over and doing the rest. More in a second. All right, flip it over, and you see all these spikes that I've got pointing straight up there. Basically going to fold this over, connect it to where the previous holes were, and then just take a screwdriver or something and just flatten those spikes down, and that should hold everything in place. Basically, I got to do it all the way around. And once I get finished with this, I will show you what it looked like. This should be the most difficult one of the ones to put back together, but we'll see. Okay, I got all of them stamped back or popped back in the original holes, so all of those spikes that were straight up poked right back in, and then you just kind of take either a hammer or a screwdriver and kind of force it back down. Pretty easy to move. They don't break off, at least not the first time that you've done it. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm going around and I'm just going to kind of tap it down. There. Now, so this is complete. I do not have a backing for the back of this. I do have some gray carpet. I wish I could, well, here, I'll show you what I got going on in my aqua metallic 91. Let me pop the hatch here, and I'll show you what I've done back here, and then this is what I'll end up doing. So this also did not have, let me pop up this. There we go. All right, so you see the carpet in the back there. And the carpet is held in by the pins. I don't know what you want to call those pins, but they're just the pins that have the serrated edges to them that kind of grip in. And then the carpet all at the bottom. So it's just one piece. So that's what I'll do with that. So all of this on the side won't be seen, because every time you see one of these holes, it's where one of those compression pins goes in. One there at the top, one there, one there, one on the side, and then 3 at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. So whatever carpet, gray carpet or whatever that I put here will cover all this up. So let's see what the other side of it looks like. See if everything is taut and in place. And it looks like it. Yep. Looking good. Everything's tight. All right, so that's the back. It's clean. Been washed. Okay. So now the job I'm going to do is take the foam for the seat and put that back on. That's going to take me about 46 zip ties to do. It needs to be very tight going all the way around. And remember, I had to sew that piece. I also have to tie it down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pop it into there. So anyway, a little bit of work to do. I'll come back when I have a little bit of it finished. Okay, I got the tie down, 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So now I'm going to throw it over here, tuck these down in. These are the seat belt holes, and then just start to form everything around, and then it's just tie down time. It's going to take a while to go through every single one, but easy, but just time consuming. So there was just so many points of clipping. See that long metal tape piece there? Everything gets connected from here onto that. So, you know, you just follow the holes that were left behind from when you took it apart with the rings and replace it with, and these is where the seat belt inserts. These will come out this side and you tie them down on each side. There's a little metal thing in there too. See that? So more on a minute. It seems to make sense to tie down these little seat belt hole flips, you know, where it goes through the top where the seat belts go. Seems to make sense to tie these down first before you start tying down things around the side. So I got one side tied down. I'll do this one now. Okay, so I got the seat belt flaps tied down, and I am starting at the back side of the seat and just finding the original holes where the metal clips were and running a tie down through there, zip tie, and just, I'm not tightening it down all the way. I'll wait till I get them all in, then I'll cinch them all kind of going around in order. And so let me get a bunch of these done, and right when I'm almost finished, I'll come back. Okay, I am finished with the seat cushion. It took me about an hour. Probably about 48 clips, zip ties going all the way around. See, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie all the way around, including where the seatbelt flaps go down in. But this is the result. This is tight, and this is perfect. It's clean. Here, let me get a stand-up view of this with some of the other stuff. Here we go. There we go. Not bad. Of course, it's easy to upholster something when you have the original piece. All you gotta do is clean it and whatever. So, yeah, that's good. That's clean. The back is clean. Now all I have to do, which I'll do tomorrow, is put the seat covers back on what was torn up there. So seat covers are clean. They're underneath there. That should go swimmingly. More tomorrow morning. Okay, it is day 2 of working on the back seats and also the front passenger seat. I was going to replace everything there too. So if you'll recall, I rust-proofed the back of the seat. Now normally this comes with a, you know, piece of carpet that covers the back. It snaps into these holes that are right here. There's some retaining clips that you go around, you see them. And then it has an extra piece that kind of comes out that covers the trunk area. As I alluded to before, I'm going to mimic, oh, I got my hatch locked here. I'm going to mimic what I put in the back of the 93 Aqua Metallic and just kind of cut my own carpet, and you know, you can buy that stuff and whatever. So, but I wanted to paint this. So this came out great. So if I flip it over, everything cleaned up really well. So this was removing this, rust converting or rough proofing the inside metal frame, taking the foam out, of course, putting the foam back in, and washing this in a washing machine. The only problem I had was on this side, the driver's side, I had some, I don't know, RTV or some kind of grease that just wouldn't come out right there. And you know, I kind of brushed it, but I didn't want to dig too deep into the cloth. So that's just an imperfection I'm going to have to deal with. But this came out great. It smells great. You know, for those people that, you know, you don't have a ton of money to invest in your Geos, but you have a ton of time. You know, if you've got time and patience and you want to make your car look better, smell better, present itself better, you know, these are just some things you can do. So the second thing I did, neighbor just honked at me, is with regards to the bottom cushion. So let me take the bottom cushion, put this out in the sunlight and show you basically what I did here. This was the easiest to do in terms of just cutting the clips and, you know, taking off the cushion. Also had to do some stitching. I didn't do perfect stitching, but at least it held. It's hardly noticeable. But this was the easiest to remove. I just had to cut some clips where that straight line goes. The cloth kind of tucks down into the foam, and then there's that metal line that you connect everything to. But this was probably took about an hour to get all of the zip ties to hold it down. So you can kind of see zip tie, zip tie. Every zip tie replaced where those metal rings came off. And I'll go ahead and flip it over, including where the seat belt straps. There's little portholes for the seat belts, and then all on the underside. So you see there's this metal line here, and it's pretty simple because the holes in the seat cover were already there. So all you had to do is just go back and just replace them all with zip ties. So this came out excellent, very clean, very fresh smelling. It just, by just putting it in a washer machine. Now today my goal is something I've already done before, is to take this seat back cover and put it on the passenger seat, and also this seat cover for the cushion, and put that back on. So this is for the passenger side. So yeah, I think so. I gotta make sure I get that right because I've got two of them. The one Steve sent me, I've got two of them, so I gotta make sure that, there it is, yeah. So this is remember I get in the previous video I talked about that black kind of arm that has to go through. I don't want to accidentally put the one on that's on the other side, so gotta kind of understand which one you're putting on. So that is my goal for today, and then after I put these two on, which is on that frame, that cushion and that cushion on that frame, I've got a lot of cleanup to do. So yeah, I'll show you that in a second. More coming. cushion, the seat cushion, all done. It's in perfect condition. Had to do a little stitching right there, but it's okay. The backrest in beautiful condition. And the two seats, perfect condition. Finally got those done. Took me a few hours, I think, to get everything buttoned up, but pretty happy with it. As I alluded to in a previous portion of the video, you know, if you have a car and you've got time on your hands and patience, but no money, you know, the one thing you can do is you can remove things. You can take things apart and put them back together and clean them up as you go. So you can take the seats out, you can remove the carpet, you can take it to a car wash, put it up on the wall, power wash it, just watch all that dirt and grime for 35 plus years come out. You know, take the covers off the seats, put them in your washing machine. Man, the car is going to smell nice. It's going to look good. Things are going to be clean. So the next video I post on this project will probably be in about a week when I get the car back from Johnny Mullet, and then I'll give you an update on that. But as for now, this is GeoStalker signing out. Later.
Come here, come here.
Hey
come
man,
here, come here.
hey man, wait up. Is that a Geo?
Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here.